Hey guys, Nancy Faye here, Modern Day Pilgrim. I hope you're having a fabulous day today. Well, welcome back to my channel. And I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers and my subscribers that have been with me for a while. I really appreciate you guys and all your input and comments. And I really love getting with you and chatting with you and hearing your ideas. I think that's fabulous because you're not only telling me your ideas, you're telling the whole world your ideas. So that's even better. Yeah, so anyhow, today we're going to talk about the Mr. Heater little buddy guy. My little heater that I used. Guess what? Somebody had something to say about it. They weren't really happy and they thought it was kind of dangerous and that it was too close to my refrigerator. So I thought what I would do is I would make a video about the safety of this little heater in my van and the things I do and have in my van to keep it safe for me. Okay, so let's do that right now. Alrighty. Okay, here he is, my little Mr. Buddy heater guy. So here's the thing. It might be a little bit noisy and windy, and I'm sorry if you hear noise, but I'm in the van. It's pretty warm out today, 74, 75, so in the van would be just smoking hot if I didn't have the doors open and the windows down, so I'm sorry for that right off the bat. But I think you'll be able to hear me okay. All right, so in the video, this is where the heater stood, right next to the refrigerator. Maybe not as close, but whatever. It was in this general area, maybe kind of like that, whatever. But anyhow, one of my viewers mentioned that she thought it was dangerous and, you know, too hot over by the fridge and that it was going to cause the refrigerator to run more because of the heat. So I want to clarify that with everyone. The heat that comes out of this thing comes only from the front. And it actually doesn't even come out this way. It comes straight up. All right, nothing emits from the back of this unit anywhere. So there's no heat pushing out of the back of the little Mr. Buddy heater guy here. No heat, it's all forward. There is a pilot, so that would be the open flame. You hold the button down, the propane feeds into this element here. When you let your finger off, the element ignites, and then the extra propane dissipates, burns off, and then it leaves the element itself burning, glowing, red hot. I showed that in the video. So there's not an open flame here. It also has a safety feature which shuts down the unit if it tips over. So that's kind of a good thing, okay? The other thing I want to make mention to is I have window guards on my windows. As you can see right there, at the top of my window right there, that's a weather guard. You install them yourself. So both of my front windows were rolled down right to the edge of where that window guard is on that side and on this side over here. And also I don't have these type of window covers on those two front windows. I actually have curtains. So there's a lot of air that gets through there, a lot of ventilation, and it gets really chilly in here. But I do it even when I'm in here without a heater, just so I can have fresh air in the van. I don't want to be all stifled up in here. So when this is burning, if it didn't get proper ventilation, it would snuff itself out. It wouldn't even burn. It would just shut down, because what does fire need? It needs oxygen, right? So that's a big deal. On this unit is this card. When used without adequate combustion and ventilation air, heater may give off excessive carbon monoxide and odorless poisonous gas. Right on. Yes, that can happen. That's why we keep our windows cracked significantly. Now, the other safety feature I have is my CO detector here, right? So I plug that into my Jackery down there. Doesn't take any juice. The only time it would take juice is when it's set off. If there was an issue with carbon monoxide, it would set it off, and then it would take some juice, but would probably be 1 or 2 watts, whatever. But anyhow, this is a safety feature. So just to reiterate, there's ample space for this little buddy in your van. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is the heat that it emits rises straight up, okay? We talked about that a second ago, which is why I have a fan here. Now, I don't have this fan here just because of that. This fan's always here. This is where I keep it, and I have another one that goes right here. But right now, the weather isn't, you know, smoking hot out there, so I don't need 2 fans up. But this one is always here. regardless if I have this heater here in the van or not. But because I'm using this heater and the heat rises straight up, I don't know what that's going to do to my ceiling. I don't think much because it's not really super hot, but I don't care. I take care of my van and I want to make sure everything's good, right? So what I do is I just turn on my fan right here, and I have it angled right over the little buddy Mr. Heater guy here. And the heat then circulates through the van, and it doesn't permit it to just rise up to the ceiling, okay? So that's why I love these little fans. That's low, medium, high. And this thing kicks out the air. So on the high setting, I believe it runs 4 hours. On the low setting, it runs 9 hours, and on the medium setting, 6 hours. So through the night, when I'm just in here, I keep it on low because it runs 9 hours, and I run both of them in the summertime. They're great. But anyhow, so I just wanted to clear the air on that one. I don't think you'd have a problem if you ran this through the night and had something like a fan that would circulate the heat, and you would have your windows cracked. You absolutely would have to have windows cracked. I would never ever use this in my van without having proper ventilation. Just wouldn't do it. So what are the 3 takeaways? We're going to make sure that we have our windows cracked, proper ventilation, and not just a little bit. You got to have them cracked enough that you're getting a good amount of air through the van so the heater unit runs properly. If you don't have enough oxygen in the van and it gets all stifling in here, it's going to snuff itself out anyway. And furthermore, whenever you're burning in anything that has a flame and a propane or anything, you'd want to have good ventilation. So that's number 1. Number 2, I have it on the floor. There's nothing around it that would cause any kind of issue having a fire. I don't have any clothing lying around. You know what my van looks like. It's by itself. No heat emits from the back of this unit. Nothing is getting heated up behind it. So even though it's right next to my refrigerator isn't in any danger, or I'm not causing heat to get to my refrigerator to cause it to run more and all that business. That's not happening. So just, that's number 2. And number 3, having some sort of a fan, in my humble opinion, in my personal opinion, and you don't have to do this, I just don't want that heat rising straight up continually to the roof of my car. So I have this fan here, and this fan is pushing that heat right away from my ceiling, not allowing the heat to continually rise, and therefore giving me a good circulation of heat in the van. So those are the 3 takeaways I wanted you to come away with. I hope it was helpful to you. So everyone have a great day, okay? I'm having a great day. It's beautiful here. I might even cut my grass. I don't even know, but maybe. And that's it. All right, you guys, I will catch you later. See you then. Until next time.